Let's talk about a moment that sent shockwaves through Washington. Jill Biden, former First Lady, threw down a challenge that rocked the political elite, an IQ test to prove who's the sharpest mind in D.C. But just 36 seconds later, a mysterious letter was unsealed, exposing secrets that crushed her bold move and left the nation stunned. This isn't just politics. It's a high-stakes drama of intellect, power, and hidden truths. From the White House to the Capitol, this story has it all. Ambition, betrayal, and a revelation that'll leave your jaw on the floor. Hit that subscribe button, buckle up, and let's dive into this electrifying tale that's got everyone talking on X and beyond. Picture this. It's July 2025, and Washington is buzzing with tension. Former First Lady Jill Biden, known for her fierce loyalty and sharp intellect, steps into the spotlight with a challenge that nobody saw coming. On July 30th, 2025, during an appearance on The View, Jill Biden throws down the gauntlet. She challenges Washington's elite, politicians, pundits, and power players, to take a public IQ test to settle the debate over who's got the brains to lead America. Why? Because she's fed up with the relentless attacks on her husband, Joe Biden, whose mental fitness has been questioned by critics like Representative James Comer and former President Donald Trump. Jill's had enough, and she's ready to prove her family's intellectual prowess. Her challenge goes viral on X, with posts like @PatriotVoice23 and @DCInsiderX amplifying the drama, racking up millions of views. The hashtag #JillBidenIQ test trends worldwide, and the nation is hooked. Republicans mock it, Democrats rally behind it, and the media, they're eating it up. CNN calls it a bold move to shift the narrative. Fox News dubs it a desperate stunt. But Jill's not backing down. She says, "If you're going to question Joe's mind, let's put evidence. Yones to the test, mine included." It's a power move, a dare to Washington's elite to prove their smarts. But what happens next? Oh, it's wild. Enter the game changer, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the maverick politician who's never shied away from a fight. Just 36 seconds after Jill's challenge airs, RFK Jr. takes the stage at a press conference in D.C., holding a sealed envelope that's about to blow this story wide open. On August 1st, 2025, RFK Jr. dramatically unseals a letter he claims contains explosive evidence about the Biden administration's inner workings. The crowd gasps, cameras flash, and X lights up with speculation. What's in the letter? According to RFK Jr., it's a whistleblower's account from a former White House aide, alleging that Jill Biden was complicit in shielding Joe Biden's cognitive struggles during his presidency. The letter, dated January 2025, names names, senior aides like Anthony Bernal and Annie Tomasini, and accuses them of orchestrating a cover-up to hide Joe's declining health. The letter's contents are a bombshell. It claims that Jill, as the decider in Joe's inner circle, controlled access to the president, limiting his public appearances to mask moments of confusion. It cites specific incidents, like Joe's gaffes during 2024 campaign events, and alleges that aides used an autopen to sign documents when Joe was unavailable. RFK Jr. doesn't stop there. He challenges Jill to take the IQ test first, saying, "If you're so confident, let's see your score." The crowd erupts, and the internet explodes. X posts from users like @TruthSeekerUSA call it the ultimate takedown. But is the letter legit? Or is it a political hit job? Let's rewind. Why would Jill Biden make such a risky move? For years, she's been Joe's fiercest defender, described by NBC News as the single most important voice in his decisions. When critics, including Trump and Ronnie Jackson, attacked Joe's mental fitness, calling him cognitively impaired, Jill pushed back hard. In 2024, she dismissed claims of a cover-up, saying on The View, Joe was out there making speeches, leading the nation. He wasn't hiding. But the pressure didn't stop. A February 2024 physical declared Joe fit to serve, yet 61% of Americans doubted his transparency about his health, per a survey cited by Newsweek. Jill's challenge wasn't just about defending Joe. It was personal. She's a doctor of education, a community college professor, and a woman who's faced mockery from critics like Donald Trump Jr., who sneered at her doctor title. Her IQ test dare was a bold play to flip the script, to say, "If you're questioning us, let's all prove who's got the brains." But she didn't expect RFK Jr.'s counterpunch. The letter he unsealed reignited the controversy, fueling Republican claims of a historic scandal and putting Jill in the hot seat. The unsealed letter didn't just embarrass Jill, it set Washington on fire. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, already probing Joe Biden's mental fitness, seized on the letter, demanding Jill testify before Congress. On July 18, 2025, Comer subpoenaed aides like Annie Tomasini, who invoked the Fifth Amendment, refusing to answer questions about Joe's health or the auto pen's use. RFK Jr.'s press conference, streamed live on X, racked up 10 million views, with users like @DC Whistleblower posting, "This letter proves what we've known all along. Jill was running the show." The allegations stung, but Jill fired back, calling the letter a fabricated smear and insisting Joe made all key decisions himself. But the damage was done. The letter's claims aligned with earlier reports, like a May 2025 New York Times article revealing Biden's aides debated a cognitive test in 2024, but feared it would highlight his age. Critics pounced, with Trump calling it worse than Watergate. Democrats like Representative Jasmine Crockett dismissed the probe as political posturing, but the public was divided. X posts showed 48% of users believed the letter was credible, while 52% called it a GOP stunt. The IQ test challenge, meant to silence critics, had backfired spectacularly. So, what about the IQ test itself? Jill's challenge tapped into a long-standing Washington obsession with intelligence. Trump's bragged about his high IQ for years, even claiming a highest mark on a cognitive test in 2025. Joe Biden, back in 1987, snapped at a voter, "I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do," though his academic record, 76th out of 85 in law school, told a different story. But IQ tests are controversial. Experts, like psychologist Dean Simonton, say they're not standard for politicians, and there's no evidence Joe or Jill ever took one. Jill's dare was a gamble to shift focus from Joe's health to her own intellect, but RFK Jr.'s letter turned it into a trap. He didn't just call her bluff, he demanded she go first, knowing the letter's allegations would overshadow any test results. On X, users like @BrainTrust2025 mocked, "Jill wanted an IQ test, but she got a history lesson." The debate over who's smart enough to lead became a sideshow, with the letter stealing the spotlight. This isn't just about IQ scores, it's about trust, power, and transparency. The letter's claims, true or not, tapped into a deeper question. Who was really running the White House? Jill's influence, described as unparalleled by NBC News, made her a target. Republicans argue she overstepped, while supporters see her as a loyal spouse protecting her husband. The controversy also reflects a polarized nation, where every move is weaponized. X posts show both sides digging in. #Jill Biden, cover-up trends alongside #Biden Strong. As of August 3, 2025, the House Oversight Committee is still investigating, with Comer hinting at subpoenas for Jill herself. The IQ test idea has fizzled, but the letter's ripple effects linger. Was it a why? Wow. What a ride. Jill Biden's IQ test challenge was meant to silence doubters, but RFK Jr.'s unsealed letter turned it into a political earthquake. Who's telling the truth? Was Jill protecting Joe, or was there more to hide? You decide. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe to Valorium Story for more epic tales of courage, drama, and truth. Share this video to keep the conversation alive, because in a world of secrets and power plays, staying informed is everything. See you next time.